What's going on, y'all? And in today's video I'm gonna be talking about why I decided to keep my exterior stock. Now, over the years I contemplated going wide body, I contemplated wrapping it, I contemplated painting the car a different color, I contemplated doing a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But my final decision with this car is that I'm going to keep the exterior stock. I know a lot of you guys are wondering like, dang bro, you really want to keep your G stock? And then a lot of you guys are wondering like, good, keep it like that, it looks good. And I'm gonna go with the second people who's thinking like, dang, it looks good how the way it is, because it looks good how the way it is, especially since I painted the front bumper, the hood, and the fender right here. The only thing that's left for me to paint for real is this fender right here, so it can blend well with that bumper and the hood. But I definitely want to get that fender painted so it can kind of like correspond with that, because this is like night and day difference for real. So I just feel like it's not a lot of G35s like mine that's clean, that's stock, and that looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of them that just thrown together. It's a lot of them that are buckets nowadays. And I think I have one of the few that really looks really nice. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't need too much. Like, I don't need to mess it up and like add wrap over it, because the black paint, as you can see, the black paint is in really good condition. For this to be a 2004, the black paint looks immaculate. Like, I really don't have to like do too much to it or anything. Like, usually with the G35s, the spoilers are the first to go. It does have a couple of rock chips, and that's something that I might end up doing too. I might have them repaint the spoiler too, because it has a couple of rock chips. But actually, it looks really good. Look at it, looks really good, nice and black. The whole thing, the whole car looks good. For this to be a 21-year-old car now, everything looks good. And just certain things you don't want to mess up, and I don't want to mess this car up. So that's the reason why I decided to keep it stock. After I do the E85 and stuff like that, there's only a little bit of things that I want to do to the car to add to the exterior. I might go ahead and paint this grille black and then keep the emblem like silver or whatever. That's something I see myself doing. Of course, replacing that side marker light. And then I think I want to go ahead and debadge. So I want to like debadge this, the Infiniti logo and the G35, and just keep the emblem right here. So that's the only thing I see myself doing as far as the exterior. But I don't want to repaint it. The only thing I want to paint is the front, the right fender. But the whole car looks immaculate, looks amazing, especially for the year. Like, it can compete with all the newer cars that's out, So after I do the E85 stuff and I add a couple of performance mods, I think I'm gonna just leave it how the way it is. Let me know in the comments, am I making the right decision? But at the end of the day, it is my car and I'm gonna do what I want. But let me know in the comments and let me know if that's the right decision. If you were me and you had this clean canvas right here, would you do anything to mess it up? I feel like it looks perfect. Like, this is exactly what I envisioned as me as a child. Black Infiniti with the rays, clean, with the spoiler. This is exactly what I wanted when I was a child. I had this exact same car on a poster on my wall when I was younger, and it's just crazy, how you fast 4 years later and I got it. And that's the reason why I treat this car so special. I'm not daily driving this car or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I have like an iconic, legendary car. As the years go by, I feel like this car would gain more respect. But as of right now, with everything going on with the Infinitis, it's kind of hard for people to respect these cars just because how things are going and how people treat these cars and how the way they look. But very few people will have this car looking stock, looking very clean, and there are respectable Infiniti drivers like myself. But I feel like when that whole thing is over, like the takeover stuff over, the phase, all that stuff over, this car would gain a lot of respect because these cars look really, really good. This is an early 2000s car. Could have you know, been a 90s car for real, but look at it, man. This thing is clean, bro. Like for an early 2000s car, thing is clean. And this is everything that I envisioned as a child. This is everything that I wanted. So I don't want to do nothing to mess it up. You know, I want to like keep it how the way it is, because it just looks perfect how the way it is. It just looks so cool. And then every time I just think about it, I'm like, dang, like, I can't believe I got one. Like, this is something that I really dreamed about. A lot of people dream about Ferraris or Lambos, McLarens and stuff, but I dreamed about owning a 2004 black Infiniti with a spoiler, and that's what I got. And I don't want to do nothing to mess it up, you know. I feel like after I do the whole E85 stuff and you know, I add a couple of performance parts on there, because I do want to add the bigger brake kit on this car, and then maybe a couple of things in the interior. Let me see if this door is open. Maybe do some things in the interior, like clean up the carpet, and maybe getting a carbon fiber steering wheel and stuff like that. The car will be done. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, this whole project, the G will be done. Besides the E85, what I really want to see in this car is maybe a LS motor as I get bigger and I could afford it. Maybe doing like a LS swap, or either the HR or VHR engine up in here. But that's really about it. Like, I don't really want to do too much. I don't want to mess it up. And I believe after the E85 stuff and I add a little bit more performance stuff to this car, it will be done. And then, you know, I'll just maybe I'll, you know, work on the Q, and then as the Q get done, and maybe we'll find another car that we can mess with. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it how the way it is. I don't want to mess this up. This looks really good how the way it is. One in a few like this, so I'm gonna keep this one like this, keep it how the way it looks. Let me just go ahead and walk around the car one more time so you guys can see what I'm talking about, like just how clean this car is, bro. Like, this car just looks clean, just looks nice. Everything that I envisioned for myself as a child, and like I say, hard work pays off. So my hard work definitely paid off, and I got me a clean G35. So this one is, like I say, one in a few, and I really do love the front end. Like, it just makes me love this car more and treat it extra special, just because how the way the front end looks just looks amazing. It looks really good. So I don't want to yap you guys head off, but I just decided I'll make a video just explaining to you guys why I'm going to keep the exterior stock. Let me know your feedback in the comments below. But I'll catch you on the next video, and I'm gone. Peace.